Hello everyone. So we will be learning how we can select certain variables and keep the original pivot table and pivot chart in this video. Let's start. We can select certain variable using this filter option on the pivot table. So you can see we can select the treatments we want to keep. Keep in mind that treatment has a filter button next to it. It's still located in the rows area. So you need to think about which one you want to select. So you can see it's changing on the table, it's changing on the chart as well. And you can keep the replication, how many times. The field will show up on top of the pivot table. So you can see it's showing up the the option, the variable we added. So we are repeating it 3 times. That's why it's showing up over there. And you can select the ones you want to keep. You can select multiple ones or you can select just one of them. It will show up in your pivot table and pivot chart. Now let's say we are going to change something. Let's say certain variables we want to keep in the pivot chart but keep the original pivot table. So we selected the pivot chart and now we are selecting the treatment we want to keep on the pivot chart. If you deselect, it's not going to show up on the pivot chart. So okay, now you can see it's changing both pivot table and pivot chart, but we don't want that. So we are trying to copy paste the pivot chart, modify the new chart instead. Now we copy pasted. Let's only change on the pivot chart. And then on the pivot chart, we are just selecting the treatment we want to keep on the chart. Still, it's going to change our pivot table. We just want to keep everything on the table. That's not happening, right? To do that, we actually need to copy the table and then paste it somewhere. The original table. After that, we can change the treatments, the ones we need. And you can see I just selected a few, deselected some. So it's going to change in my table. And I can create the pivot chart after changing the table. That means we kept our pivot table, the original one. And then we copy pasted so that we can make changes in the new table, the one we copy pasted. You can copy paste the pivot table and chart to a Word file. So I'm just pasting it in here. Another option you can see, I'm just copying the pivot chart, copy them, and then going to my Word file. Now paste the chart as a picture to keep the pivot chart layout. There are multiple options on the paste option. If you right click, you will see those options. Then I'm keeping it as a picture. And that's it. Thank you.